Hi there, Nathan here as well as Todd. Today we are talking about the coronavirus, or what's it also called?
Our director said use COVID-19, which is, I think, the strain.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how the bad guys could use that to their advantage to take advantage of you. And so there's a couple things in there. Number one, it could be that they are using fear to get to you. And with that tactic, what would you see?
Well, first of all, they're taking advantage of people who are, who are sympathetic to this and who maybe are just fearful of themselves. And so for one side, they might get emails that say, hey, check this out. Are you in danger? What should you be doing? And they'll use that because people want to know, am I in danger? And so that will cause them to click on phishing links that they may not otherwise. The other thing is using people's sympathy and their good heart against them, which is so sad. But putting fake charities, fake donation sites, and help the people in Italy and people who are good, but maybe they're vulnerable, maybe they are susceptible to that, would click on the link, give money, and that money just goes straight to the bad guys.
Right. So there's the possibility of falling prey. The other thing that the bad guys will try to take advantage of is if you're an organization who normally doesn't work remotely, then you may not have the proper precautions in place for that. So what are some of the dangers there?
Well, in general, remote workers are at a higher level of threat because they log in differently, they connect to the network differently, they have a different process, and so that the difference in their communication sometimes makes them vulnerable. But in this case, when you send a bunch of people home who don't usually work from home, people could call the person at home and take advantage of them working at home, ask them questions, pretend like they're from the office. Or, on the other side, call the company, pretending like they're the employee needing help, setting up their VPN, getting their password reset. And just you can see how that out of the comfort zone scenario could cause people to make a mistake.
Yeah, and so the advice is basically, before you send people home, make sure you have an understanding on how you're going to deal with the hardware that gets taken home. How are you going to be interacting? You need to have kind of a game plan in place so that people don't just go out of the norm and say, well, I guess this is okay, and fall prey to those dangers.
You have to have a plan for when a disaster takes place or whenever something out of the ordinary happens. You have to have a plan for security in that circumstance.
Absolutely.